Hi friends, welcome back to Arc Tutorials. This is expressjs full tutorial series for absolute beginners. In today's episode we are going to go over the project structure, create the files that are needed, and then go ahead and write our first program, which is usually a hello world in any application that we learn. This will give you enough way to get started, and then we can start learning concepts like routing and so on and so forth. This is part 3 of the series. Let's get this started. Alright, so let's talk about the project structure. In the previous episode of installation, we did install the Express app, and this is how it looks. We have the expressjs folder we created, and then we have the node modules, we have package.json and package log. Remember, this nodes.txt is something that we created. Okay, it doesn't come by default. Today we are learning that project structure. So inside this you have the node modules, which has all the dependencies. Okay, so remember, node modules has all dependencies that expressjs need to work with. Okay, then you have package.json, which is important file, which has the definition basically. Okay, definition of project or metadata you can say. Now open the package.json. You'll see the name of the project that we are doing, which is the same one. This is important. Main is nothing but you're telling what JavaScript JS file needs to be run when you run expressjs. Okay, so that is like the main file. You can have it any name, it doesn't need to be index.js, can be any name, but that should be present. The dependencies array, here it will have all the dependency modules that we will install and work with expressjs. Okay, that is about package.json. Now let's go ahead and add a new file, which is what we said we will do, which is index.js. So we created index.js file. Now let's go ahead and write the hello world program. First, for anything we need to import our express library module. So let's import it. Once you have imported, we can create an app, and we are telling it's of type express. Then we can also mention port, that is which port you want to run. Usually if you're running applications like me and you have so many apps that you're running, your ports, the default port is 3000, but it may be busy. So what you can do is you can make it 3500 or whatever number of the port number. Basically you can give any number that you want to run. Then you will write app.get, and here we are going to write, and it will have a request and response. This is the format you have to remember. This is how we define methods in expressjs. Okay, I'll come to it a little later, so don't worry about that. We'll learn all about it, but today it's just hello world from Arc Tutorials. Okay, and then we have to start the server. So we are going to say app.listen on which port. So usually when you define something like these, always make sure that you write them in uppercase, because that kind of represents that value is not changing. And here you're going to do a console log again, and I'm saying server is up and running. Perfect. So this is how it takes to simple write a hello world. This part starts your application because you are telling app.listen to this port and run it there. So this piece will run your server up and running. This is the actual endpoint. When I launch localhost 3500, it should give me this as a output. Now let's go ahead and right click, open an integrated terminal, and here you will to run you will type node followed by the name of the file, which is index.js. So it says server is up and running. That means our server is up. Now let's go back here and localhost 3500. You see hello world from Arc Tutorials. Now if you go to editor, you would see back, you'll check back here that we said whenever you hit the index, that is slash, we have to send this as a response. That's why we are seeing hello world from Arc Tutorials. Okay, pretty simple, straightforward. In the next episode, I am going to start deep diving into routing. What is this? Whatever we configured, what is HTTP methods, get, post, put, delete, all of that we are going to learn in detail, and every aspect of expressjs. I hope you will enjoy and master expressjs with me in this series. Thank you so much for joining. If you like my work and tutorials, please consider buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/arctutorials. Thank you so much for joining. See you in the next episode.